Hello and good morning. I am getting ready to do a live Q&A for my marketing and AI made simple community that I am opening to the public today to answer some questions about social media, marketing, business, AI, all that good stuff. We usually end up talking a lot about AI. It's been a few weeks, as you guys know, since I have done alive. I've had quite a bit of stuff going on. Everything is in a better place for now. I don't necessarily have all the answers health-wise, but I am feeling a lot better. My kids are back in school after Christmas break, and I'm kind of getting back into a flow, and I miss you guys. So normally I do these lives every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern. For members in my paid school community. It's about marketing, social media, business, and AI skills for those that want to build an online business. We do these lives every week, and we usually post a Q&A thread on Sundays so that if there's anybody who cannot make these lives, they can still have their questions answered, and they're still going to get a replay for the live. The other part, just, I'm always transparent, honest, and open with you guys, is this past month was just really, really hard for me in regards to my daughter and going through grief. Her third birthday was a couple days ago. That day went a lot better than I expected, but this holiday season was just not my year. And I don't want anybody to feel bad for me. I know you guys support me and care about me and what I go through, and I love and appreciate you guys for that. I am okay. Any of you, of course, Chester would be trying to get his big ass bone while I'm on a live. Go get your bone. Go lay down with your bone. It's huge. It was on clearance. I had to get it. I could not say no. Any of you that have been through grief of somebody you were very, very close to, a child, a parent, the journey with grief is so up and down, and that is my least favorite part of grief. Not that I have a favorite part of grief, but just the unpredictability of grief and feeling like you're okay for a while and then you get smacked in the face. That was my whole month of December with the health stuff I had going on. So I am very slowly getting back to working and getting into my schedule. And I just really appreciate the patience you guys have had with me, especially in the community. I know we put a couple of the classes on pause, but we are jumping in. I like to start these lives by going through our Q&A threads and seeing what questions people might have. Absolutely feel free to drop any questions at any time in the comments that you have, no matter what niche you're in, no matter where you are in your business journey. This is my way to give you guys unlimited full access to my knowledge and what I have learned as somebody that has worked full-time on social media for almost 2 years now. This is my only income. This is my sole full-time income, and I want to give as much knowledge away that I can to help you guys in your journey. So I do have a business degree. I don't feel like I talk about that enough. I think just because I just really feel like at this point college is a scam, unless you are going for medical, to be a lawyer. Some college education definitely necessary, but as far as smaller degrees, I think everyone should go to a trade school or just be self-taught in things, and there should be more certificates available that we can build our resumes with. But anyways, I do have a lot of knowledge in business. I went to a vocational school in high school for business and finance management, and then I went to college and got my Associate of Arts with a focus in business. I've always liked marketing. Marketing is a pain in the ass. I'm sure we all know and agree with that. But I've always been fascinated by it, more so the psychology behind it. And I've always, before I launched this business that I have with digital products, I've always had an entrepreneurial side to me that has always wanted something of my own. So I've dibbled and dabbled in a lot. I've done resale for quite a while with physical products, very off and on though. I'm not currently doing that. But that's always been a go-to for me to make a little bit of extra money, selling clothes and selling just physical products, mainly women's and kids clothing. I've done that and am pretty good at that and teach people how to do that. I have done a little bit with like graphic design and helping local businesses with graphic design, which is actually a lot easier than I think people think. I think people think they need a lot of experience to do something like that, and that nobody's going to pay attention to you if you can't tell people you have done like commercials or like graphic design for a lot of years. And I went into doing that a few years ago with really no experience, but just a little bit of playing around in Canva, and got quite a bit of clients. Just people in my actual local community, like, hey, can you make a price sheet for me? Hey, we're doing an event. Can you make a flyer for this? And that's a pretty good one too. But I've just always been into side hustles and making my own thing. I had a wax bar business for a short time called Mandy's Got Bars. That was really fun. Harder than I thought it would be. It's not that it was hard, but there was more to it than I thought. Anyway, so here we are now. I do digital products and I teach business and marketing and all of that. So I was kind of going a little bit into why I wanted to start doing these like publicly. I've been on the fence for like making a marketing and AI podcast. I don't want it to sound technical like that because I feel like it sounds boring. And like, I know the people who follow me and know me would absolutely listen to it and follow that and whatever. But, I want to start a podcast and have these recordings and just give knowledge away and get people into the community and just be part of the movement of ethical marketing. People that can rely on somebody to give them knowledge, but also teach them and, all of that. So I'm thinking about doing that and turning this into like a podcast where I download and edit out any, silences and whatever, and just answering questions from you guys and kind of being like a go-to. But for those that are in the marketing and AI made simple community and you guys are affiliates, this is a good thing that you can use as, what word am I looking for? Kind of like a lead magnet, I guess. Like, hey, the creator of this community goes live every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern. For 2 hours and just answers questions, like any questions that you have. And you can come join this. And then at the end of each of these, I will obviously talk a little bit about the paid community and direct people to go to whoever sent them to this live. And this is, I don't know. I just feel like it's a good thing. Like, why not open it to the public? And you guys are still getting the information and access to me for that. Like, you guys are going to get priority access. I'm always going to go to the Q&A thread in our paid community first before addressing any questions from free threads on social media. So, let me see here. I did see, I think Deidre had a question. Let me go find that. I'm going to get on the live on my phone, on my cellular device. Thank you, Vicky. You guys are awesome. Do you have a video of how to turn AI twin images into videos? I do, Deidre. You'll have to remind me what community you are in, and I can direct you to the training. So I have a free Skool community called AI Made Simple, and we are at 725 members, which is like flipping amazing, guys. Like, I have no words. That's awesome. So in the AI Made Simple community, again, this is free. We have a section in the classroom that has free AI classes and some free marketing classes. I know that we do have a bunch of trainings in here on training an AI character. This is again in the free community. So I teach you guys how to make your AI twin using either Crea, which is my favorite, or Open Arts. I teach you how to do the cartoon characters that I make. I also have a video here that teaches you guys how to make fictional characters. So some of you guys want faceless pages, and you don't want to just be totally faceless. You want to have some type of character that is fictional. And I teach you how to make fictional characters as well. Batch creates AI videos. This is a video I just put in here not long ago. I'm like not remembering what I did in this video. Okay, so if you're in marketing and AI Made Simple, the paid community, Deidre, we absolutely have videos on that. So this is the paid community. Everything AI related is in the all things AI module. So if we go in here, we have multiple videos on doing AI videos from images, and that's usually what I do. I don't normally do text to video prompts. Anytime I make an AI video, it comes from an AI image. This works really well too if you are doing, like, let's say you want to plan a 60-second video with AI. If you work with ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever you use to make your or to do your conversations with AI, it can help you in writing a script and split it into like 8-second segments and then give you a prompt to generate an image that goes with that section, if that makes sense. So, Deidre, what kind of videos are you wanting to make? Are you wanting to do like B-roll videos where there's no talking and it's just like some movement, or are you wanting to do like lip syncing videos where you have a character and they're saying something? So we do have a training right here, talking avatars, and it also talks about becoming an artist, becoming artist verified. So I show how to do lip syncing with an app called Dreamface. I don't really use Dreamface a lot anymore. It's been very glitchy the past few months, which makes me pretty upset because for a while, Dreamface was a very affordable option. I paid like $30 for the year to have Dreamface, and their videos were very on point. At the time, this was maybe 3 months ago, at the time, Dreamface was very slept on as far as lip sync videos, and I used it mainly for doing like music videos and uploading my song audios and having it lip sync my character to the audio. But it's been really glitchy. I've not gotten the videos to work as well as they used to. I don't know what changed, but now lip syncing. Okay, so you want to do lip syncing videos. So VO would be my go-to. We do have a training for VO. So if you're in the All Things AI module, Deidre, you would go down to VO3 videos. And the first one shows you how to go to where I make them. Like, I use Google Flow. So if you have a Google Pro account, which is $20 a month, you get, I think, 1,000 credits a month. And for me to make a VO 3.1 video where my character is lip syncing, it's 20 credits, and that gives you an 8-second video. So not like the best amount of credits, like if you're wanting to make content, let's say every day and batch it for a month, but decent if you're getting started. But VO3 is my go-to. And then after it shows you how to get to Google Flow, we have scripts and videos where I take you through the process and how I use VO to do the lip syncing. So now, as you know, as with all things AI, like, you can't really teach like do this, and it's going to come out perfect every time. AI is AI. AI definitely has its own mind. And so like if I'm going through and trying to put together a 60-second video of my character saying something, I'm going to have occasional clips where she's singing, occasional clips where she says nothing I told her to say at all, occasional clips where she has an Indian accent, and sometimes you're going to have to regenerate. But my rule of thumb is if I'm trying to generate something and VO doesn't get it right within the first 2 to 3 times I do it, I need to look at my prompt at that point and say, okay, like what can I change to make this better? So VO3 is my go-to. I have done a little bit of lip syncing in Open Arts. I just canceled my Open Art subscription the other day because I don't use it anymore. I'm using VO for video, and then I use Craya for my images. I have not tried any type of video generation with Craya in a long time, so I don't know if that's improved. I know I didn't like it before. I don't know if anyone watching this makes any videos in Craya, but let me know your thoughts. So yeah, also Kling is pretty good with video generation. I have not tried lip syncing with them directly. But I know recently they've come out with quite a few tools. So like those AI video dances you guys have seen, those are so, I don't know. Like, I mainly taught that to you guys because it's everywhere. and they're fun, they're entertaining to watch. It is cool that you can make your character dance, because before the AI video motion stuff, the movements were very awkward. Like, they were starting to get down some natural movements, like if your character's talking and they're moving their hands or whatever. But like, if you would ever try to prompt your character to do like a dance, it was always pretty interesting. And what was that one thing going around where like Nicki Minaj was like sitting on one foot and the camera would like do a 360 around them? I saw some people try to make their AI character like do that trend, and it was interesting. So lots of strides. AI video is definitely making lots of strides, but that is where the training is. It's a lot easier to make videos in VO3 and have your character lip sync than people think. Another tip I'll give is, if you are making videos in VO3 and you don't like the way it looks, don't just think that you suck at VO3. Like, try a different image that you're referencing. So if I go into VO and I upload, let's see if I can find an example here. Okay, so like, here's some of my podcast images. So like, if I were to, let's say, upload like this picture of her sitting on a rooftop, and I didn't like how the videos were coming out of her talking. Not that I usually see a lot of glitchiness with VO, but like, maybe I just don't like how they're making her hands move or whatever. Try a different image of your AI character. And a lot of times that will work. And I'm like, okay, I just needed to use this image. And what you'll find is, as you go through and make talking videos of your AI characters, you'll find a preference for the type of images you use to make your videos. So like, this one down here is one of my favorites to use. It's very, very podcast-esque. And one thing you could do just to make your life a little bit easier as you make your AI stuff is make a folder where you have the images that perform well when you convert them into video, if that makes sense. No, it does not have to be a full body image. I mean, depending on what it is you're wanting to make or what you want to do, yeah, it does not have to be a full body image. It can be. Let me go back down here. I like doing like half body shots for videos, but you know, it could be an image of her, you know, sitting. It could be like full body here, she's sitting. It could be half body, close up of her face. Really, any could work. It's just more playing around and finding your preference of what type of stuff you like to make. Should the photo be already doing what you want the video to be? For example, if you want your characters to be recording a podcast, should the image already reflect that? So my answer to that would be yes. It will make your life easier. Let me try to think of an example. So like, you know, this is going to sound very obvious, so I apologize, but you're going to want some type of format of that. So like, if we have this image right here where she's like in a techie studio, whatever, but we want her to like be walking down a street and going into a cafe or something, it would be a lot harder for AI to like redirect her from this setting to what we're prompting her to do. So really the easiest way to do this is like, you have, let me go into Crea. So like, the easiest way to do this would be that you have your trained character, wherever that is. Mine is in Crea. And so like, I have a trained character for my cartoon version. And then you have somewhere that you're getting your prompts, or that you are prompting to get your images. So like, I'm going to be working on Valentine's prompts probably later today, for prompts with benefits, which is my prompt vaults. And I use Snapbot, which is a GPT that I made to do my prompts. And if you don't have a bot, that's okay. You don't have to have a bot to do your prompts. You can do it in just like a main chat for ChatGPT or Gemini. I recommend having a bot so that you don't have to re-give the LLM you're using the same information over and over again. Like, if you know you're going to be prompting often, it's going to be a lot easier to have one spot, whether it's a GPT bot or a project in ChatGPT where you can go and it knows what you're wanting in your prompt. So if you have certain things you want included for realism or depth, if you want it to include like the camera type and the shot type that it's using, if you want it to have certain like physical features, you can give it all to the LLM you're working with once, and then it's going to remember that. So if I go into Snapbot, I can tell it, hey, I already have a trained character I'm using. I want to do a Valentine's theme. It's just going to jump into questions about what I'm looking for in the Valentine's aspect. It's not going to need to know any other details that I'm using. So if I knew that I wanted to have like podcast clips, I'm going to go into ChatGPT, or I'm going to go into my Snapbot that I use for prompts and say, hey, I want to make some podcast style images, and I'm going to make a few of those, get prompts for them. I'll go ahead and make those in Crea or wherever you do your image generation, and then save those in a folder to then make your videos. But it's just so easier to start with images. So I kind of want to know, with it being 2026 and with this being the first live that we're doing in 2026, what are you guys focused on mainly for 2026? Like, is there a new like income stream that you're wanting to try and focus on? Is there something you're carrying over from 2025 that you want to focus on? Like, what is your goal business wise for 2026? I am super curious. I really want to give UGC a shot this year. UGC is a lot right now. UGC is huge for 2026 via predictions from several different sources. There's people doing UGC with AI, which, if you don't know, UGC is user generated content. So not doing like Amazon review videos, that can be a part of UGC, but you're basically making content for brands. They send you free stuff, or you can use stuff around your house, and brands and companies are paying you to use your content, but it's not something where you have to post and market all the time every day on social media. And I think that's really a big hype around UGC. I don't know a lot about UGC. I know a little teeny bits, but a lot of you guys that know my teaching style and stuff, I like to try and do the things before I teach it, because if I haven't tried it and I don't know what the results would be, why would I teach it? I've done a little bit with Amazon affiliate marketing, and not like the store. I've never had a storefront with Amazon. I never did like the review videos. I tried like once to get in there, and it won't let me do it, I think, with my Facebook. And so I tried to do it with my TikTok, which has like close to 4,000 videos, but I'm not very consistent on TikTok. And it's like my personal TikTok too. So like, it's just kind of all over the place, but they wouldn't accept me. And so I got some recommendations to do different things on TikTok, and I just knew I wouldn't do it. So I just didn't. So that's really bad advice. Stocks. Cool. I know nothing about stocks, Cody, like literally at all. So I did the Amazon Associates program, which is where you can log into Amazon and get an affiliate link for basically any product. And you can post that link, and if people purchase that product, you get a, percentage of the commission of the sale. I did a little bit with that. And that was fun. So if anybody's interested in doing affiliate marketing where you're basically just recommending products, here's an idea. And like, I know there's people that have done this. I haven't seen this as much on social media, but I love it. And I know that people love this type of content. So, okay, if you're doing affiliate marketing, you still need a niche. Like, you're not just like, hey, I'm Mandy and I recommend any and everything, because people are not going to be sure of like whether they should follow you or not, because, obvious reasons. But have your niche, right? So like, say, hey, I'm Mandy. I love buying makeup, skincare, beauty, hair care products, like all the things for the girlies, and I buy it so you don't have to, and give you my honest review, and I will tell you if it's ass, or I will tell you if I love it truly. And making like a series, like people love to follow a series. And I'm going to say this on live and probably kick myself in the butt for it, But like once I'm done filming these classes for this paid community is never going to go anywhere. We're always going to be doing something new in here. But once we finish filming classes for all the business parts of this, I want to do a 30-day series every month that is video documented, where we try a different income stream every month. And I like you guys follow my journey for that. So like maybe I'll try letter writing, which I've been against for a long time, but there are ethical ways to do it, I have learned, and I have people I'm close to that do it. So I'm gonna leave that where it is. You know, we might have a month where we try and do UGC and take that really seriously. And then like, let's say that income stream works out, and then you know, have your call to action be, hey, like every 30 days we try a new income stream. And if you want to see other things we've tried, or stay on the journey with us as we try new things, transparently come here and join us to do blah, 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 whatever. So my point is that people love to follow a series, especially from a real person, not a polished person, not an influencer, not a celebrity. People are not wanting that stuff anymore. Like they're truly, truly not. People are over the polishedness. People are over like people just spending buku money and wasting it and complaining, and like the economy sucks and people are not able to pay their bills right now. And like, people don't want that crap anymore. They want to like follow a person like, oh, this is a real woman that's a mom and she is trying this income stream and letting us know if it actually works or not, or like if it's actually hard or if it's actually easy or what have you. So like imagine somebody starting a brand new TikTok account and genuinely they are starting day one of like course selling. Okay. And they call it what it is. Hey guys, like I am going to start trying digital marketing, which like, please don't call it that. Like digital marketing is marketing online, and you could do digital marketing in literally so many different industries. Digital marketing is not course flipping, but you could be like, hey guys, like this is day one of me trying to launch an online business with digital products, and follow me on my journey of the ups and downs. And you genuinely are letting people follow that journey and not trying to like sell a course you already had and make it look a type of way. So anyways, going back to affiliate marketing, people that like, there's people I've seen on TikTok that have had series where they try a new habit every 30 days. Like I've even seen people just do something like, hey guys, my name's Megan and I'm going to drink this amount of water every day for 30 days. Follow me on my journey to see how it actually impacts my life. And people love that stuff. People love that stuff. You could do that with affiliate marketing. So you could say like, I am going to get this ab cruncher machine and I'm going to use this every day for 30 days. Follow me on the journey to see like what the results actually are. You could say skincare would be an amazing affiliate marketing way to do this. Hey guys, I'm going to try these masks for 30 days and we're going to go through the journey to see what difference it makes in my skin. Or like, I'm going to try this every week, or I'm going to try this every day for whatever. You guys get the drift of what I'm saying. But people love to follow a series. The other thing that's really awesome about doing series is, especially when it's a video series, people will binge that content. So if somebody finds your account, but you're on day 14 of drinking a gallon of water every day, they're going to be curious and be like, oh, I want to go watch this from the beginning. I want to see like what their life was like on day 2. And then they'll be like, oh, let me follow this person because I want to see what the results are going to be when it gets to, day 30. And like, do I need to start drinking more water in my life? Blah, 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 blah. But yeah, series are amazing. I started a series via text content because I condensed all of my groups down to my one large group. So now it was called Learn Digital Marketing from Scratch. I think. What is going on with my memory? Anyways, and the name has changed to Marketing and AI Made Simple. It's a Facebook group. It's free. And I want to really pivot into just having one Facebook group and growing it. And so I started a series And not only did I start a series, but I let people vote on what they wanted the series to be. So I have my notebook and my business binder, and I have all these different lists of series ideas for my niche. So, you know, we could do 30 days of different ways to monetize AI, 30 days of, you know, different ways you could make money online, 30 different ways you can use Nano Banana as a content creator, like whatever. I started a niche, and I would just make the post on Facebook via text. So it doesn't just have to be video content. And the cool thing about doing it via text is it's a lot easier to batch that content. So if you have a group, if you have a Facebook group, you can go and schedule 30 days of content. So I could sit down realistically, take a whole day, write these posts out, or have ChatGPT help me write these posts out, and go and schedule these in my group. And then after I schedule every day of that series in my group, I can go to my main profile and schedule a post for 30 days on my profile, directing people to the group for that series. So instead of just giving the information away in the group and on my profile, I post the information in my group, but then I want to give people on my profile an incentive to go to that group and grow the group. So you could do it that way. So another thing that I would do, so my free community AI Made Simple on Skool, I started making that series a module in my free community. So it's really just a benefit of everybody that goes into the free community. Here's a module with online business ideas. And as we can see, I had my stuff that came up last month, and I did not do a lot with this. But if they go in the module, here is 30 different ways to have an online business, 30 different ways to make money online. And they can go in here and have this information, because why not? I'm giving it away for free in my Facebook group. Why would I not give that away for free in my Skool community and just give more incentive for people to join it? And then talk about it. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm a part of this Skool group. It's free. There's a whole module that gives you 30 different ways on how to make money online. And it's not BS cookie cutter content. Like, here's a whole thing giving you steps on what to do, marketing advice. It's not, you know, I don't know. You guys get what I'm putting down. So yeah, affiliate marketing. Back to this for the third time. Affiliate marketing. If you have a niche and you want to recommend products that could have a series, do it. Do it. So my best advice too with a series is try to batch it all out before you start the series, because as I have done many times, if you are in a great mood today, like today, I've got energy, I'm in a great mood. Oh my gosh, I'm going to start a skincare series today for the next 30 days. And I have all intention of doing that. But then 3 days from now, I'm going to wake up tired AF, and I'm not in the mood. And I'm probably not going to do that series that day. And then I'm going to skip a day, and then I'm going to post 2 the next day, and it just becomes a mess. So what you want to do is try to batch as much as you can, or at least batch a week's worth. Do the whole month's worth if you are super psycho like I am sometimes. And that way, if you have those days that creative energy is not there, you already have it batched out, and all you got to do is post it. So it's like same thing with a podcast. If you want to start a podcast, pre-record your stuff and have like 3 to 6 months worth of podcast that you can pull from, instead of like demanding from yourself to have the energy to do it on the spot. I think that's where a lot of people with content, Chester, you're like wrapped up in my charger cord, dude. 1 second, guys. My dog is dogging. Batch your stuff, and it is a lot easier. I mean, I'm going to give you guys some of the easiest freaking advice. Like, if you are in business, marketing, even the AI industry, if you like, it's crazy to me how in almost 2 years I've been doing this, I haven't seen that much of a shift. I have seen a little bit of a shift. I know Alita's in here. She understands. Cody, I don't know how long you've been in the digital marketing space, or who else is in here. But if you even make part of your routine to just do some genuine engagement and some posting where you are giving value, you're educating, motivating, and it's not just total ChatGPT written, it's like coming from you. That take 30 seconds in the morning with your coffee to like give a message of the day or share what's going on in your life. If you just do some of that human oriented stuff, that is going to set you apart from like 85% of business owners and content creators online. Depending on the platform that you're on, but I'm specifically speaking to people in the business, AI, or marketing niche. A majority of those people are just like, buy my stuff, you need this, here's why, buy this, buy that, buy this, buy that. And there's not a lot of people. There are some, there's more than there was, but most people are not doing that. Or if they are doing that, you can see through the like ulterior motive. Like you can see them doing it and it's ill-intended, if that makes any sense. Like you can tell it's not coming from a genuine place. And I think that people get so caught up in like, well, how do I show up? And like, what do I post? And they're just literally just overthinking it so much. Like you could literally just start a social media page and be like, hey guys, I made this profile to document my journey of doing this. And you just document it. So like if you had a week and like you're like, hey, I started my first Facebook group today. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. This is what I did. I'm nervous about it, or I'm excited about it, or I'm scared the crapless about it. And you just literally are online as a person. That is going to set you apart from so many people. Yeah. I don't know what we were talking about before affiliate marketing. I am an overthinker as well. It is taking me, I don't want to say I've cracked a code to overthinking at all. I am a very, very, very analytical person. It is a curse I get from my dad. I overthink and overplan. I'm a planner. I have control issues. Not in relationships. That sounds so bad. But like I have the worst anxiety, and like if I am in a situation where I feel like I don't have control, that's something I'm still working on. I overthink a lot. I think that's a part of why I love painting so much. If you guys have seen that I do like to do stuff with arts, painting is amazing to me because like you cannot have that control with painting, and you're going to mess things up in painting, and you have to, in a sense, make yourself let go of that and still try to make something good that is to your liking and like enjoy it, you know. With, you know, marketing, AI, content, business, making your first lead magnet, setting up your first store, launching your first product, like it is impossible to be 100% confident about it and be like, yes, I'm ready, I'm gonna do it. Like probably everybody that hits publish or post, probably everybody is like thinking some type of what if about it. Like that is impossible to not do. But I think the thing to remind yourself is I have to go through, and like I know you guys know this, but I'm just reiterating it. Like you have to say like I have to go through mistakes and I have to do things and quote unquote fail in order to collect data that I can improve. Okay. So I'm sitting here now on this live and getting people here to listen to me saying, hey guys, like this has been my full-time income for 2 years. Ask me any questions. It's not me saying I'm the best and I know everything and like you're going to learn how to like change your whole life with me, but I'm transparent about what knowledge I do have. And just doing it, you know, and you become known for things that sometimes you don't even think that you're going to be known for. So like I talk about this a lot in my journey, that when I started this digital product business, my first store had products in it about like social media growth. Okay. And if you know me and you've known me for this whole journey that I've been on for 2 years, it's funny because like I talk so much now about how like you do want to gain a following, obviously, but like all of the talk about people going viral and getting a ton of likes on your post or commenting a lot on your post, unless your focus is monetizing your content, meaning Facebook is paying you for your content, which is not what I do and not what I teach. Following and going viral, that doesn't matter. So the irony, so the first lead magnet I ever sold, which it was free, so I didn't sell it, but it was still transactional. The first lead magnet that somebody ever got from me was a Canva how-to guide. And the first product that I ever sold was like a guide on Instagram and growing on Instagram. It wasn't even necessarily business oriented. So yeah, so I shifted from that and then went through my journey in the beginning where when I did my month end business reviews, and a lot of you guys that have followed me for a while, you've heard this so many times, but I do my month end business reviews. And when I looked at my analytics, most of my leads and most of my traffic were coming from Facebook, and Facebook was not somewhere that I was focused on. I was very casually marketing in Facebook and very casually in Facebook groups talking and engaging. So when I saw that in my analytics, after I gave my blood, sweat, and tears to Instagram, and I hate Instagram still to this day, me and Instagram, we just, y'all know. I was like, okay, so what happens if I abandon my Instagram, which is where everybody told me to start, and I completely focus on Facebook? And I did that, and my business exploded. Not buku crazy exploded, but like my business, I went from like, I'm not sure about this to, okay, this is what I need to be doing, but on Facebook. Then I found and filled a gap because not a lot of people were talking, that I saw, not a lot of people were talking about Facebook marketing at the time. Everybody was talking about video content, short form content. Quit chewing on my chair. Stop chewing on my chair, dude. Quit it. Quit. I love you too. Stop it. Okay. Like there were people marketing and doing things on Facebook, but nobody was talking about like, hey, here's what you do on Facebook. So I wrote my first book. And I started becoming known as a go-to for Facebook. Now this past year, I've done a lot with AI, and I'm known for some AI things. But I do still have people that recommend me for Facebook growth, organic Facebook growth, no ads, groups, communities, things like that. Yeah. So people are going to overthink, and just the perspective that you're looking at that stuff with, like, I need to fail and I need to be a little cringy and I need to do these things so that I have data and I can track this data and make changes and grow as a company, as a business, as a person. There's my spiel on that. So Justin, you said you overthink lives. I'm torn on lives. So lives, I don't really focus on lives. So I do lives for my paid community. Now I'm going to be doing weekly lives for the public. I like doing lives, genuinely. If somebody is struggling with lives, like the first thing that I feel like I would ask people is like, do you feel like you have to do them? There are quite a few people that market and talk about digital marketing and say like, oh, you have to do lives and do a lot of lives and you can make so many sales that way. So lives, in my opinion, can contribute to sales, but only if you're doing them authentically, which is, I mean, most any of your actions, if you're doing them authentically, it can help you with sales. If you're doing a live and it's very obvious that you're doing a live just to sell something, it's not going to convert well. It can if you're doing it unethically. So like, I'm sure if any of you interact with like digital marketing or side hustle type of content on TikTok, you guys see lives all the time with, you know, the text in the screen, like how I make $500 a day. And I made $10,000 the first week of 2026, blah, 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 blah. And you go into the live and it's just all the same jargon. It's all the same, believe in yourself and start a payment plan, and I skipped paying my rent and made this opportunity and now I can pay my rent 6 times in a month and blah, 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 blah. Just all of that, right? So like if I do a live, it's going to be something where I'm giving value and I'm not just like, hey guys, I'm so-and-so. This is what I do and you should buy this because this. There has to be some value. Like, I think that's why a lot of people shift and focus on like webinars or classes. And then you can plug yourself at the end of that and say, hey, like, if you want to learn more about this, or I go deeper into this, you know, buy into my paid community, or, you know, I have this product, I have this community, I have this video class that can teach you how to do this, this, and this. So, you know, you can plug yourself and sell yourself like that. I did have a period of time that I would have and host free monthly classes. So if you have knowledge in you know, let's say AI, you can pick a couple of things that you are willing to teach for free. So I think there's a balance when you start doing lives too of like, what do I talk about? I don't want to give away too much information, but I do obviously want to sell something and convert into people buying my offers, but I don't want to come off as salesy. I want people to relate to me and be human and what have you. So like, think about us being here on this live. So like you guys here, sitting here listening, most of you that are coming in here, you're staying and listening. Most of you have known me. I'm glad you enjoy them, Justin. I do not, because it's like my kids are home, but they're not. So you guys enjoy sitting here talking with me. And those of you who have known me since before this live, or you've known me these whole 2 years I've been online, you know why you follow me. You know why you stop to listen to a video of mine. Or if I'm live, you're going to go into it and know, you're going to kind of have expectations of what I'm going to give to you. It's going to be the same thing for you in whatever niche that you're in. So like, I'm just talking to you guys like your people, because you are. So like, I'm not sitting here and looking at you guys as dollar signs, or like, oh, there's 11 people in here, that's 11 potential sales. I genuinely, sitting here on this live, I'm not thinking in that manner. I'm thinking as, what value can I give to you guys? What support can I give to you guys? And if you do that consistently, people are going to buy from you. People are going to follow you. People are going to watch you, listen to you, all of that. If you are wanting to go live, one of the things that helped me in the beginning of going live when I was trying it out, which if you try going live like several times and you are just uncomfortable, you do not like going live, don't force yourself to do it. There are periods of time, I've went 6 months, I've went like a long time without doing lives, and there's other ways to market. Like, you're not going to fail if you cannot do lives. If you think that you might like doing lives and they give you results and it's just a nerve thing, you will get over that and, you know, do that. When I first started lives, make an outline. I know that sounds really, really simple, but what I see with people who want to do lives, but they struggle with it, is that they go on a live, they don't necessarily have a big following yet. People get very discouraged. A lot of people, when they start doing lives, and even if you have a decent following and maybe people aren't used to seeing you go live, people get very discouraged if they have nobody in the live, or if they have 1, 2, 3 viewers. And I've even seen people start the live like hyped, excited, ready to jump into the topic, and then they see that nobody really joins their live a lot, and then they just end the live. They're like, well, nobody's really coming in here, I don't want to do this, and they just get off the live. And some people, they're not maybe that sassy about it, but they get discouraged basically, and then they get off the live, and then they're like, I'm not doing lives anymore, nobody cares. That is so far from the truth. So with lives, especially if you're on Facebook and you're doing Facebook lives, most of your views are going to come from people watching the replays. No. Another good tip is to do short lives. So like, you don't have to hop on here and talk to people for 2 hours. I'm a psychopath, okay? Like, I can talk and talk and talk. And maybe some of you can do that, and that's fine. But I know quite a few people that I've talked to about doing lives and then being nervous, and they'll go on and just do 5-minute lives. You know, do a 5 to 7, do a 3-minute live. Like, hey guys, wanted to hop on here and talk to you about this that I've been thinking about, or show you how to do this, blah, 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 blah. And then jump off. So that way you're not pressuring yourself to go through like a whole presentation like we're at a school, and then build your way up to do longer lives if you want to do that. But maybe you're known for doing short couple-minute lives, and then people will also watch that more on a replay. So, but yeah, make an outline. So if you want to do a live talking about, maybe you've started and gotten pretty good at like making Facebook groups and like having very engaged Facebook groups, and that's something that you become known for and that you help people with. Don't just go live and expect yourself, especially if you're nervous and you're expecting yourself to go through and hit all the points that you want to hit about Facebook groups. Like, it's going to be crazy. You're going to have so much brain fog. You're going to forget what you were talking about. I still do that. This is the first live I've done in a while where I haven't had an outline, except for the ones I've done in my paid community. But literally make an outline. Again, ChatGPT can help you with this. Hey, I want to go live. I'm pretty nervous about doing this. I don't want this live to be super long. I want to make a live talking about this, this, and this. Can you help me with creating an outline, and it's not a strict outline. You're not reading from a script, but that way, like if you get nervous or you forget what you were talking about, you have your outline. Tell your viewers, hey, I have an outline here. I haven't done this. I'm pretty nervous. People will love that. Why? Because you're being relatable. You're showing up as a human, not a robot, not a company like, hey guys, I'm Justin here from Marketing Corporation, and I'm going to talk to you about growing your Facebook group. Nobody's going to watch that, right? But if you're like, what's up, y'all? I'm Justin. I want to try doing a live, and I'm pretty nervous about this, and I have an outline here. Bear with me. We'll get through this together. This is what I want to talk to you about. People are going to stick around for that because you're a human, and they're like, oh, this is a relatable person. Let me actually watch this because they're probably going to give me some gold. Other tips. So definitely do an outline. I did that for my first year and a half when I would do lives. I would always have an outline because I can ramble and talk forever, and I will forget if I touched on an important point. So do an outline. Moving back to the low viewer thing and remembering that most views are going to come from your replays. If you're doing lives on, let's say, like TikTok, they don't obviously scroll and see a replay of your lives, but like, let's give the scenario where, have you guys ever scrolled past a live and the person just seemed kind of like down and out? They didn't have a lot of people in there. People are going to scroll quickly. They're, you're low energy. You're not really talking. You're waiting for people to come in. People are going to scroll pretty quickly. But if you go into somebody's live and even though there's only 3 people in there, that person has a lot of energy, or, decent energy. You don't have to be like a hype person, but, be yourself. If you're upbeat and you're sticking to your script and you're talking, and people are going to stick around longer, and that's going to start bringing more people in. I don't think I've ever had a live on Facebook with more than 20 to 30 people in it at one time. But my lives have made me sales. My lives have gained followers. My lives have been shared into groups to people that I don't know, and given me positive things for my brand. So you want to go into your lives and act as if there are, 10,000 plus people listening to you, and walk into that live with the mindset of, this is my craft. This is what I'm talking about. There's a reason I'm talking about this in my live, even if it's something small, even if it's, I don't know, something about your dog or whatever. Like, you walk into it like, I have this amount of following. They care about what I have to say. It's important. And that's the energy that you walk into it with. When you do your first couple of lives, act like you're doing like a FaceTime with your bestie, or like I'm going to video call my grandma and I'm going to talk to her about Facebook groups, or don't try to preface it with, I'm going online to talk to strangers and what are they going to think of me and whatever. Like, flip that mindset of, I'm nervous to do this, and what are these people going to think of me, to, oh my gosh, I'm about to give this wisdom to these people online. It's going to help me in my business. I'm excited about this. You're still going to be nervous. And then the more that you do it and that you're repetitive with it, the easier it's going to get. So like, now when I hop on live on Facebook, like, I'm talking to my people. Like, you guys are my people, but it wasn't always like this for me. I will give you a fun fact too, that I do think it's been a little easier for me because I've always been into vlogging. I've always been into social media. I watched a lot of the old school YouTubers, and I used to be that annoying little sister with a camera going around the house vlogging. I had an older brother, and would really get on his nerves. I do like to do video editing. I'm not super good at it, but I've always been into that stuff, and I've always been comfortable talking to a camera. I do still get nervous. When I started doing business, I got nervous because I always did it for fun. I never did it to sell anything. I never did it as a brand. It was just being goofy, or like, there was no pressure, So, Christina, so I am in your community, but haven't checked for updates recently. But I have a question about AI music and Suno. What's the drama? What's going on? What do you mean? I have not seen any drama with Suno and AI music. I know there is a lot of negativity. There's a lot of controversy around people making AI music. I don't know if that's what you're referring to. Let me know if there's anything specific that you've seen with that. It's on my list to learn how to create music and put it on Spotify for something, and then also make my own meditations. How would that affect me? We do, if you're in the paid community, Marketing and AI Made Simple, and you go to the All Things AI module, we do have 2 trainings on AI music. So we have Suno and AI music and how to make music with Suno. And then we also have the one up here, the Talking Avatars and Becoming Artist Verified. So I teach you guys how to use DistroCord to be artist verified and actually publish your music on Spotify, Apple Music, and there's a ton of other things as well. If somebody is interested in doing AI music, that's a tricky one. I am kind of on the fence about where I am at with my feelings, because I do, as somebody that has an artistic side, I see both sides, and that is one of my flaws maybe as a person, is that I see all perspectives, whether I disagree or agree with it. A lot of people are upset with AI music because of how easy it is to make AI music and how not easy it is to make music as an artist, and the depth of knowledge that they have to go through, the BS they go through with the music industry, the fights that they've had to have as artists for rights to their music and getting out of bad contracts. And there's so much artists have had to go through to get to where they are that people creating music with AI have not had to go through and will never have to go through. And so it's a lack of respect, I think, for the craft. And I think there are a lot of variables with this. So like if you're somebody that wants to make AI music and you are upfront and say, this is music made with AI, you are going to inevitably get backlash from some people about it. If you go on Threads, there is a whole genre of people that look for people that make any content with AI and just make them feel like garbage human beings. It's really disgusting. They're allowed to feel however they want to feel about AI. The fact of the matter is AI is not going anywhere. It's the same thing with the art industry and people doing like digital art with AI and it taking, 3 seconds to generate an artistic image from a prompt, and people don't really classify that as art. I think that there are very open-minded ways to use it in those industries that people haven't thought of yet. I have seen some, but not a lot of people are opening their mind to it. It's either you do not use it at all or you use it only, like you let AI do all the work for you. But there's an in-between as well that I think a lot of people don't see and realize. So, for example, I made a post of a sketch that I did few weeks ago. I made a sketch of a farm because my dad's father passed away about a month ago now, and I asked my dad if he wanted me to paint him anything or draw anything, and one of them was he wanted me to do something with a tractor in a wheat field, and that is not my genre of art, but I gave it a go, and I did a sketch that was not bad, a sketch of a farm, and then I put that sketch into AI and asked it to generate an image of that sketch as a realistic image. And rather than me just share what AI made and say, oh, hey, look at the art I made, I can use that as an artist to improve my skill and just show the comparison. And it's a cool tool. It's a cool guide. I briefly did see what you're talking about with Warner signing with them. I don't know the whole realm and scope of how that's going to affect rights for AI artists. Oh my goodness, guys, sorry, I had to move my foot. I think that is a little in line with, let's say you're a music artist, like you're a singer and you are classified as an independent artist and you do all your own stuff, you promote your own stuff, market your own stuff, put your own stuff together, or you have like a manager or you're signed with a label and they technically have rights to this, that, or the other. I think that it's going to kind of go down that same realm. So, yeah, with DistroKid, I haven't done much with DistroKid in a while. I don't know how that falls in line. I would have to honestly do some research on that and get back to you. If anyone is interested in doing things with AI music, I think that one of the best ways you could start is to make a faceless YouTube channel and do some stuff with that. Let me show you guys an example. I made a new YouTube channel to do lo-fi instrumental music. So like if you guys go onto YouTube and type in lo-fi, you are going to get so many channels and things that have these backgrounds, which these graphics can be very easily generated with AI. You still want to have some branding done. You still want to have a name. You still want to have a niche. So, you know, for example, and we teach this in my paid community, instead of just saying, okay, I'm in a lo-fi niche, what kind of lo-fi? So like if we look at this person, so this person does R&B lo-fi for work and study, like beats for work and study. It's more specific. If you just make a faceless channel and have, you know, oh, this is lo-fi music, you're going to be put into a much bigger pool of people that are all doing lo-fi music, and it's going to be a lot harder for you to be found compared to if you say, I do hip-hop, trap, 90s, R&B for study sessions. That is a lot more specific, and that's going to make your pool of people smaller, and you're going to be more searchable. More people are going to find you. So I made a YouTube a few months back called Low Key Lux Lo-Fi. And in my opinion, it's going to be a lot easier to make a faceless YouTube channel, to play around with it and see if it's something you, one, enjoy doing, two, you kind of get a grasp of the actual effort it takes to do this type of stuff before you go full force into, let me make an AI character, learn how to lip sync her, make 3-minute videos, make music videos. That's a lot more work than doing like a faceless channel where you can put some cool graphics together, get some videos, make your instrumental music, and create a schedule where you post once a week, or you post, you know, once every 3 days, or whatever consistency you want to do your drops. So, this was just a lo-fi channel that I made, and, well, hello, Chester. And all of these tracks that are on these videos I made with Suno, and then I went into ChatGPT and had it write me prompts with my branding colors for what I wanted, and then I made those images into videos that could loop for the duration of the song. And so here's an example. You can see I have my SEO and my title, my description, and this would just be a good way to start. A lot of people start with this and then they stick with it. Like if you have a YouTube channel, so think about all the lo-fi music channels that you see that have millions and billions of views. And at that point, their channel is running on autopilot, and they've gotten their SEO and searchability down, and they're now monetizing their content on YouTube. So again, I don't really have a focus on monetizing content, but if you're somebody that wants to get into having a YouTube channel and you monetize, and then maybe you have like a free Skool community that you direct people to, that's in your bio, about how they can make their own faceless music YouTube channel, completely done with AI. And then that can funnel them into a paid community where they learn deeper sessions about this, that, or the other. So I'll let you guys listen to a couple more examples. This was all done with AI. Well, thank you, Christina. So that's just an example. I really love lo-fi music, and it's fun to do it. Going back to the idea of batching things, so really anything in business, guys, like if you have an idea for something, instead of depending on yourself to be consistent and waking up every day in a good mood to do what it is you have an idea for, batch as much as you can and then store that somewhere so that you can post it on whatever type of vibe you're in that day. So example, again, if you want to do a faceless YouTube channel and do instrumentals, get, batch 30 days of your graphics, batch 30 days of your videos, batch 30 days of all your instrumental tracks. and then put it together. And then that way you have something every day that you can post, rather than waking up and forcing yourself to create something new every day. This applies to anything in business. So again, going back to like the series stuff that we talked about, if you do affiliate marketing and you want to do like a skincare series, batch that stuff out instead of waking up every day and saying, okay, what am I going to film a video about? What am I going to film about today? Do I even feel like filming today? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. But with the AI music stuff, the controversy is there for sure. I am not really one extreme or the other. I'm not going to fight with people that are anti-AI. A lot of people have these same types of reactions with things in the past. So like when the internet became a thing, when smartphones became a thing, social media, when that started exploding, a lot of people have extreme views about, excuse you, about all of those type of advancements. It's really just not productive to argue with people like that unless somebody's coming for you and what you're selling and whatever. You can still do that in a tasteful manner and have a tasteful debate. But especially with the internet these days and the keyboard warriors and how desensitized we are with social media, people are very relentless, and it's just not worth getting your self-esteem hurt. It's not worth getting angry and heated about and ruining your day to get into a debate like that with somebody. If you can do it in a way that's tasteful and educate people, do it. But yeah, people do get banned from groups, and I've had people come for me about like my AI twins, and you guys know how transparent I am, and I never claim to be like the expert, but I will say like, hey, here is my progress for 6 months of my AI twin, and I can teach you what I did. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. And that is what it is. But I've had people in, larger groups that I market in or I pay for promo in. I've had people be like, that doesn't even look like you. Like, you suck. Why are you teaching people this? Blah, blah, blah. And I just, keep it moving. Blocked. There's always going to be resistance with a lot of advancements like this. It's something that scares the crap out of me sometimes, this AI stuff. Like, I am trying to learn a lot more right now on the more techie side of things. I'm learning things about coding, mostly vibe coding, but I am the type of learner that wants to understand the actual skill. I don't want to just learn how to code with AI. I want to understand what AI is doing to help me code. Not everybody wants to do that, but the tech side of stuff, it takes more time for me. So like I can learn visual stuff pretty easily. I can learn marketing and business stuff pretty easily. I'm very savvy with social media, but when it comes to like the apps or AI agents, it can take me longer to grasp stuff like that. And I'm transparent about that. And as I'm getting older, it is harder to adapt to most things. I think we get comfortable with what we know. And whenever you're involved in doing any type of social media marketing or doing anything online, especially with a business, you have to have adaptability to stay relevant. So, but what I do love about social media, I love the shift in people wanting to be de-influenced and people not being into influencers and celebrities and endorsements, and people want to follow real people and real journeys. And I love that. Like, we're going to see a lot of that in 2026, which is going to make things harder, I think, for people that want AI only accounts. So AI only accounts right now are and can be very successful. And I think will have the ability to be the whole year, because of how fast AI is moving and because of how fascinated people are with the abilities of what you can do with AI. There's always going to be a pool of people that are like, oh my gosh, like that's so cool. I didn't know AI could do that. How do you do that? Can you teach me? There's always going to be that genre of people for probably quite a few years until it starts becoming a part of the norm. But I do think that it's going to be harder as time moves on to market with an account that is only AI, because people want that authenticity. People still want to see a human in the loop, as they call it in the AI industry. And that's kind of how it was with faceless pages too. So like people taught for a long time about quote pages, theme pages, and they would market it because it's the quote unquote easy way to do things, but it actually can be pretty difficult because it's a lot harder to have warmth on a page where there's not a person speaking or on video. It could just be harder in general. Yeah, Heather says, I've had a lot of people come for me about AI. Yeah, and especially depending on the platform that you're on too. I try to repurpose my content, and I don't know how I've like come out unscathed from Threads, because a lot of my following, they already mess with AI, but there is definitely a very feisty side of people on Threads that will come for you if you even post the word AI in your contents. YouTube, I've heard, can be pretty gnarly with people posting AI stuff. I got my first AI slap comment on an Instagram reel that I posted the other day where I did like a podcast. My cartoon character was talking in a podcast format, and somebody was like, people paying for you to teach them how to make AI slop is diabolical. And I just responded and said, wipes tears with money from sales I've made of people wanting to learn how to do it. So it just depends. Reddit, I will never, ever, 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 let me just keep going, ever, 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 ever go on Reddit about anything AI, because I know that they probably get down over on Reddit about AI. I tried for a little bit to start doing marketing over on Reddit with marketing. And that's when I was focused more on selling courses, and that lasted not long for me because people on Reddit are savage. And I have confidence, but I don't have confidence on Reddit. Like confidence for me does not exist on Reddit. Like I had somebody follow me from Reddit over to all my other social media profiles just to keep dogging me. And I was like, I'm not built for this. Like, let me just leave Reddit alone. Oh man. Yeah. So, and the thing with apps, so I took a minute, like people in this space have been talking about AI apps for a while. Good morning, Nikki. Welcome in. And I tried out a few different apps from some communities I was already in. Like they created apps and let their members like access them. And I wasn't impressed with any of them. A lot of them were like image generation apps, and with how I train my AI character and generate my images, a lot of these apps, they'll do image generation based on like one reference photo, and that is improving where it's easier and people don't need to train a model with multiple images. But you just, in my opinion, you still get the best results with the more reference images you use, rather than like using one reference image in Gemini. Sometimes you can go into Gemini, use one reference photo, and it gives you something amazing. A lot of times for me, it doesn't. That's also dependent on the type of photo you're using as a reference photo. But with the app stuff, I just wasn't seeing or using a lot of apps that I was impressed with. Like the quality has to be there for me. And I think it took off a lot where people were just like, oh my gosh, you can build apps with AI now. So people started rushing to make any and everything with these apps just to say they had one, and be a part of that. And I didn't want to do that. So then I've been in AI Rewired, which is a community by Steven. I don't want to necessarily upsell on anybody, but that's where I would go to learn about apps. But until there is more information on how to have more of a back end with apps, I am not going to be making them, because what I started understanding is with how I was taught to make apps, Steven is an amazing teacher, but right now, so like if you use Google AI Studio, or you've ever tried to use Google AI Studio to make apps, they are mainly capable of making apps that are front end only. They do not have a back end. There are some ways to bypass it. It gets a little bit more complex and technical, but all the ideas that I started coming up with to do apps, they were too complex. And like the chats I was having with AI and the things I was doing in AI Studio, they are things that need a database. They are things that need like login portals. And they were too complex for what I was wanting to do. So then I was trying to think of like how I could downscale it to like make it less complex. And it wasn't possible in a way that I was personally happy with. And so that's why I haven't really put out an app yet. I've definitely played around with it quite a bit, but that's why I haven't put one out for sale yet. And that's why I'm not teaching it yet, because my process is going to be a little more complex. So yeah. And, the other part of that too is I feel like there's a lot of apps that I had ideas to make, and there's a lot of apps I've seen other people make that a GBT is completely capable of doing. And I can create and sell GBTs all day long. And if I can create and sell a GBT in an hour, and like create it, get a sales page up and launch it on social media, compared to taking hours of testing and stuff to do an app, I'm going to do a GBT over making an app, at least right now. Like, there's still more learning I need to do, in that area. There's my spiel on apps. Everybody and their brother creating apps terrifies me. Like you said, some are not very good, but if they don't secure them, yeah, that's the thing too. So, how do I even get into that? There's pros and cons, obviously, with people who don't have a lot of tech experience. I'm one of those people, but I know good people to learn from, thankfully, but a lot of people don't. And so when people get excited about, oh my gosh, everyone and their mom and grandma can make apps now, this is so cool. People run with that, and then they run to their communities to teach it, and they maybe don't teach how to secure them. They don't teach how to set up APIs to where, you know, a customer has to bring their own API, and therefore if you make, let's say, an app that generates images, you're not getting charged for all of the images that those clients create, because that's a thing. So if people are like, oh my gosh, this is trending, I need to go make like, quit, Simba, I need to go make like a quick class on how to create this app and sell it in AI Studio, but they don't know like the security stuff they need to do. So like if you're not teaching all the things correctly and you're just doing it for the sale, you're doing it for the trend, especially as an educator, like we need to understand, those of us that are here to educate people, that we have so many due diligences to teach. Like if you're going to teach how to create an app, you need to also teach how to secure it. You need to teach how to protect the people that are doing what you're teaching them, so that they don't fall victim to, somebody stealing their API key or not building it correctly, which mistakes will still happen. Like you can't be accountable for everybody doing, for what everybody's doing, but there is a responsibility to teach those things. So, there are people who will make these image generation apps and not understand APIs enough. And, somebody might have their API stolen, or they might have it set up to where their API is being charged for everything their users are creating, and that will get expensive very fast. So, like, you've got to know all the things. And I don't say that to intimidate people. Like, I do think that, you don't need to have a tech degree anymore to do stuff like this, but you do still need to know how to, oh my goodness, you do still need to know how to do certain things that are important. So that is the type of stuff that I was asking Steven. And like, I know that he is going to end up teaching this stuff. He probably might be working on it right now, actually, because I haven't heard from him in a couple weeks. And usually that means he is like deep in the trenches of filming and doing something. So like, I want to make an app that I can publish and have some type of paywall. So like, think about, I don't want to make a basic app that I sell for $7 that, just to say, look guys, I built an app. Like, yeah, it's cool, but I want to build something that is an experience and a process that people want to go back to. They're not like, oh, let me try this out and have fun, and then I never use it again. Like, no, I want it to be a go-to, for people to want to constantly use it as a tool. Like, they pay for it. And then it's a premium price. It's not a $7 app, Okay, so think about games, okay? Game apps, okay? I don't know if any of you play Monopoly Go. I think you do, Heather, 'cause I've been playing Monopoly Go, and I think I've robbed your bank a couple times. But like, think about these games, right? These are free to play games, and you play them as much as you want for free, but they have smart ways that you can pay to like have more roles, or, if you want like a cool skin for something, like you've got these little paywalls. Leave them alone. Like maybe you make a photo shoot app, that people can use for free, and there's basic things that they can do that are helpful, right? It's like, maybe it's a free app, but then you have some upgrades that they can choose to do. Maybe there's some organization or
I can't say the word. Maybe there's dude, I'm having a moment. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Maybe there's some ways they can organize certain things to pay for a price or whatever. And those little things add up. Like, I want to do stuff like that. That would be cool. Especially if it's something you can upload in an app store and be searchable. You know, if people go and search AI photo shoot app, you know, you have some way to pop up in there and it's free. You get a bunch of downloads, reviews, and then you have some paywall things in there. Like, that would be dope. Do you teach how to make a GBT in your paid course and selling it? Yes, I do, Natasha. I don't know if you're still here. I do teach how to make GBTs, and we do teach marketing in the paid community. Anybody that is in here that is not a member of Marketing and AI Made Simple, we generally do these lives for those members. So if you weren't here in the beginning, we are going to start doing lives every Wednesday here on my Facebook at 11 a.m. Eastern. If you are a member of Marketing and AI Made Simple, all of these replays will be in the live replay module in the classroom, okay? I have a free Skool community called AI Made Simple. You can go click the schmink in my schmio, and it's the first option in my stand store to sign up for that community. It is completely free. There are free prompts, free classes, free AI classes, free marketing classes. Get in there. It's a great place to be. Marketing and AI Made Simple is my community where you get access to all of my marketing and AI information, all my full classes. You get into my humongous prompt vault for free with that purchase. This is a $247 community that for the rest of this month, you can get in for a one-time $37 right now using the promo code WELCOME2026. So if anybody brought you to this live, please go to that person for their affiliate link. They deserve their flowers. Please purchase it from them. If you did not and you just came here from me doing the live, I will drop the link in the comments or make a separate post, or you can just scroll on my profile and you scroll down to these two options right here. It is the lifetime option that is on sale for $147 right now. You will use promo code WELCOME2026 and that'll give you 75% off. You can literally get in for a one-time at $37 only until the end of this month. This is an insane sale. So if you are wanting to learn how to do marketing, business, social media marketing, AI skills, we literally do a build a business series where with each business module in the classroom, we also have a section after I teach the topic. We have a section where I actually implement what is being taught with a brand new faceless business that we are building in this community together. Okay. We do have homework assignments every week. We do raffles every quarter where every homework assignment that you complete gives you an entry into the raffle to win $50. We pick a winner every quarter. We used to do monthly raffles, but now that we do them quarterly, I might pick a couple winners. Don't hold me to that, but I'm thinking about it. But yeah, we have 321 freaking members in here now. That's amazing. But again, if you are not familiar with me, I've been doing this full-time on social media for almost 2 years now, selling digital products. I do not like to focus on reselling courses. I like to help people find their thing and build their own communities, their own products, their own things that they want to do. And we do everything in this community, and you get access to everything I've learned in this process of me doing it. So go grab it if you haven't. And I will catch you guys next Wednesday